Hello Physical Fiends, it is Jordan here with some just announced physical releases. These are games that have recently been announced for a physical release. They are not releasing this week. And as always, I do not do limited pre-order stuff since they are always covered in Monday's video and I don't want to repeat myself. Village in the Shade is releasing physically on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5 sometime this year, and because it's published by NIS America, the Nintendo Switch 2 physical release is a game key. Boo, what a fall from grace for NIS America. Aside from that, this looks like a nice farming live sim with a horror twist to it, as you would expect from the creators of the Yamawari series. Looks pretty nice, and it's definitely on my radar. I love the art style for it. Construction Simulator Evolution. Are you ready for the evolution? We are in the new era of building simulators. It's construction, but more evolved. It's bigger and dirtier and dustier with more arse cracks on show than ever before. You can build with boots on the ground, or from a more strategic perspective. I'm sure simulation fans will be very excited about this, and it does look pretty good to be fair, and it's releasing sometime this year on PlayStation 5 and Xbox. And if you want to pre-order it or any of the games in this video, then please consider using the links I put down below in the description and pinned comment. Any purchase made via those links massively helps support me and this channel in the best way possible. I thank you ever so much. VGP are a very nice company with free worldwide shipping on orders over 75 Canadian bucks, like 55 American dollars, not that much. And if you do purchase via my link, you are put into a weekly draw to have a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon, the winner of which I announce every Monday. Lost Ember is a cool looking game. It is a game where you control a wolf in a post-human world and also a couple of other animals like a hummingbird. It is a game with good reviews and it's releasing physically on PlayStation 5 and Xbox July the 2nd. This is the rekindled edition of the game, which was an Unreal Engine 5 remake of the original. Some people prefer this version, others prefer the original, but it's coming in this Wolf Pack edition, which includes the DLC, a digital soundtrack, a sticker, and a small art book. BRIGANDINE Abyss is releasing physically on PlayStation 5 sometime this year. Sadly, because it's being published by NIS America, it is a game key on Nintendo Switch 2. Boo, the absolute traitors, fire their product and business managers immediately. This is a strategy game from a well-loved series as you try to conquer the lands as one of a dozen nations. There are 6 story campaigns in there too for what I expect to be a grand old time, but as a game key, I ain't buying it unless it's like £5 in a charity shop. And I'm not much of a PlayStation 5 purchaser. Instant Sport 2 is releasing physically on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5 on September the 30th. Another piece of guff for, well, who is the audience for this? Do grandmas still buy their grandchildren random physical games these days? I don't think so. But this has 10 sports to be bored with. Layers of Fear, the final Masterpiece Edition, is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch 2 on a proper cartridge, September the 18th. This has currently only been announced for Europe, but I would expect a North American announcement to follow in the near future. This is a nice packed package, which includes remakes of both the Layers of Fears games, plus the DLC, plus a new chapter or something. I think a remake of these was definitely needed. I remember playing the first game on the OG Switch, and the visuals were so ropey, it was more comical than scary. The European edition is coming with a lenticular card, a special case, and an art book. Who knows what the North American release will materialize as. Remothered Red Nun's Legacy is getting a physical release on PlayStation 5 sometime this year. There is a Nintendo Switch 2 release, but it is a game key. Boo! And this is a similar sort of thing to Layers of Fear, another horror game, but the only thing scary is the game key. Maybe, I don't really know. The visuals look far more interesting than the other Remothered games, so it could be okay. And before I get into the second half of this video, if you are new here and you love physical video games, then, hit that subscribe button. It will be the best thing you do today, I promise you. Monster Crown Sin Eaters is getting a physical release on PlayStation 5 thanks to Red Art Games in Europe. Sadly, there is no Switch physical in sight, at least from them, which is a shame because this looks really good. I know the original game was a bit rough around the edges, held together by tape, but I would hope with money in the bank and them self-publishing this time around, it might be a bit more polished, fewer deadlines. It is a monster training game that has fusing and it looks really awesome. I'm annoyed, genuinely annoyed they aren't doing a Switch physical, at least not yet. Truxton Extreme, the Thunder Master Edition. A quick mention to this, which I've talked about before, the physical coming on PlayStation 5, Xbox, and Switch 2 on a proper cartridge. But since then, there's also been a Thunder Master Edition announced for North America. It was already announced for Europe. The box has some absolutely badass artwork and comes with loads of extras. As I'm writing this, for some reason, VGP did have pre-orders for it, but they have taken them down. I don't know why, but hopefully they'll be back up once this video is live. Ratatan, a quick mention to this, which I talked about last time for its Japanese release. Well, not long after, a Western physical release was announced too, for both North America and Europe. They are getting physicals of Ratatan on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch 2 on a proper cartridge. It's coming July 16th, and it is a very, very well received action rhythm game. Looks good. Alright, let's take a look at a couple of import announcements. These are games that so far only have an Asian or Japanese physical release with English, but since there is always time, keep in mind a Western physical could be announced at any point really, although in this case I highly doubt it. But if you want to pre-order them, you can do so via Play Asia, and if you want to get 5% off from Play Asia, you have to click my link, and then you can use the code Jordan2026, but you have to use my link first. The Prince of Tennis Sweet School Festival Love 40 and More is an otome visual novel from Konami that was published on the PlayStation 2 in 2005. Well, on July the 30th, it's getting a new remastered release on Nintendo Switch in Japan, and for the first time ever, it will play in English. There's also going to be an Asian English cover version as well. Apparently, it is a bit of a mammoth story with loads of romance options, and obviously has a bit of a tennis theme to it with some mini games in there. It's coming in a standard edition, as well as a limited collector's edition, which will net you a committee staff t-shirt, acrylic panel, clear file, and a special seal set. The Prince of Tennis Doki Doki Survival Eternal Passion Tiebreak game is the second game in the series that came out a year later. I don't believe it's a direct sequel, and the setup itself seems to be very different, like the characters are washed up on an island after a sea storm, so it's something a bit different, and like the other game, it will play in English for the first time ever. There's management things going on in here, some survival like fishing, all of which will decide one of the many routes you have to go down to get your lovin' on. It's releasing July the 30th as well, and it will have a limited collector's edition as well, which will have a similar sort of things with the other one, except there's no t-shirt this time, and instead it has a Rubik's Cube of all things. And there we have a bunch of recent new announcements for your physical goodness. What was your favorite in this episode? Let me know in the comments below, alongside your thumbs up, of course. If you want to pre-order any of the games in this video, then please do so via the links down below in the description and pinned comment. That is the best way to support me and this channel in the best way possible. And I truly hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.